Good afternoon, everybody. May I request Professor Dr. KVS Sarma sir to escort to the dais the dignitaries who grace this valedictory session. Our chief guest, Honorable Mr. Justice Rishikesh Roy, former judge of the Supreme Court of India. Our guest of honor, Honorable Mr. Justice Mir Alfaz Ali, sir, former judge of the High Court of Assam, presently Director of Judicial Academy Assam. Our special guest, Honorable Upal Abhay Vikrama, Member of Parliament, Sri Lanka. May I request the organizers also to take their seat on the dais. I request the august gathering to rise in an attitude of deference for the rendition of the state anthem of Assam. Thank you. You may please take your seats. Marking the formal opening of this valedictory session, I invite Professor Dr. KVS Sarma, Vice Chancellor, National Law University and Judicial Academy Assam, patron of ICGCV 2025, to offer his words of welcome to those whose presence lends this occasion its distinction. Sir, please.
Good evening all of you. Good evening, sir. Honorable Sri Justice Rishikesh Roy, former Judge, Supreme Court of India, today's Chief Guest. Honorable Justice Mir Alfaz Ali, former Judge, High Court of Gauhati and Director, Assam Judicial Academy. Honorable Sri Upul Abhay Vikram, Member of Parliament, Sri Lanka, today's special guest. Professor Y.S.R. Murthy, former Vice Chancellor, RV University Bangalore and former Vice Chancellor, Royal Global University Assam. Dr. Banu Prakash, Chair, Founder and Managing Director, Think Justice Foundation and Vice President, World Society of Victimology. Dr. Gunajit Rai Chaudhary, ACS, Registrar, NLU Assam and Convener, ICGCV 2025. Dr. Manikandan Sundararajan, Founder, Executive Director, Think Justice Foundation, esteemed faculty members, administrative staff, dear students, and students who came all over India, and honorable guests who came all over the world, particularly UK, USA, ladies and gentlemen. A very good afternoon to everyone gathered here. It is with great pride and deep satisfaction that I welcome you all to the valedictory function of the Second International Conference on Global Criminology and Victimology held here at Gauhati. We are deeply honored by the presence of Honorable Sri Justice Rushikesh Roy, a distinguished former judge of the Supreme Court of India, whose contribution to Indian jurisprudence continues to inspire generations of legal professionals and academics. Sir, we are truly privileged to have you with us this evening. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Lordship. And it is also my privilege to extend a warm welcome to Honorable Sri Justice Mir Alfazali, former judge of the Gauti High Court and the present director of Assam Judicial Academy. His experience in the judiciary and in judicial education is of immense value to this platform. A special and heartfelt welcome to Honorable Sri Upul Abhay Vikram, Member of Parliament from Sri Lanka. His gracious participation in this conference reflects the growing importance of international cooperation and dialogue on issues of justice, crime prevention, and victim rights across borders. We are indeed honored by his continuous engagement with ICGCV 2025. I welcome you, sir. Namaskar. I am also pleased to welcome Professor Y.S.R. Murthy, a distinguished academic leader and a policy expert whose association with this conference has brought great intellectual depth and direction. His experience as Vice Chancellor at both RV University and Royal Global University has enriched our academic deliberations. I welcome you, sir. Murthy, sir. I warmly welcome Dr. Banu Prakash, Chair of ICGCV 2025 and a pioneering figure in global victimology. As a founder and managing director of Think Justice Foundation and vice president of the World Society of Victimology, his dynamic leadership has been the driving force behind the sources of this international initiative. I welcome you, sir. I extend my sincere appreciation to Dr. Gunajit Rai Chowdhury, Registrar of NLU Assam and the convener of ICGCV 2025, whose meticulous planning, coordination, and commitment have ensured the smooth execution of this conference from start to finish. I welcome you, Registrar sir. Over the past few days, we have witnessed intense academic exchange, powerful presentations, and meaningful collaborations between scholars, practitioners, policymakers, and students from across the globe. The ideas shared here will no doubt go on to shape new research agendas, institutional collaborations, and conservations, policy conversations in the months and years to come. I take this opportunity to thank every participant, speaker, faculty member, student, and volunteer who contributed to the success of this conference. Your efforts have made this event not only possible but truly impactful. With these words, I once again extend a warm welcome to our distinguished guests and look forward to the valuable reflections that will mark the formal conclusion of the conference. Thank you, all. Jai Hind.
Thank you, sir. To administer the courtesies unto our distinguished guests, we proceed with the ceremonial presentations. I call upon Professor Dr. KVS Sharma, sir, Chairperson ICGCV 2025, to bestow upon Honorable Mr. Justice Rishikesh Roy, the chief guest of this session, a mark of our deep gratitude. Thank you, sir, for doing the honors. May I now request, sir, to present a commemorative token of gratitude to Honorable Mr. Justice Mir Alfaz Ali, sir, the guest of honor of the valedictory session. Thank you, sir. Moving on, I request, sir, once again to felicitate Honorable Upal Abhay Wickrama, Attorney at Law, Honorable Member of Parliament, Government of Sri Lanka, in appreciation of his presence at this conference. On behalf of National Law University and Judicial Academy, the partnering institution of the conference, may I request the registrar of the university and the convener of the conference to offer a token of gratitude to all our partners. Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pleased to introduce to the House Team Prakriti, a non-profit organization whose mission has been to support children facing difficult circumstances. Today, they are focused on supporting the girl child with safety and empowerment. Their holistic solution supports the girl child, her community, and the systems around to keep her safe and empower her to reach full potential. They believe that investing in girls is the most powerful way to uplift communities and build the nation. I call upon members of Prakriti to present the dignitaries on stage with souvenirs handmade by the survivors of victimization. Team Prakriti. Thank you, Team Prakriti, for all the great work. Over the past 3 days, the vision we had set forth at the inaugural has found its fulfillment. The conference has been a space where ideas were tested, insights exchanged, and collaboration sparked. Voices from various disciplines and experiences have converged to deepen our understanding of justice and to reimagine its practice with empathy and inclusivity. I call upon Professor Dr. Y.S.R. Murthy sir, co-patron of the ICGVC 2025, to present his remarks on the conference.
Our chief guest, former Judge Supreme Court of India, Honorable Mr. Justice Rishikesh Rai ji, Guest of Honor, Director, Judicial Academy Assam and former Judge, Guwahati High Court, Mr. Justice Mir Alfaz Ali, Honorable Member of Parliament from Sri Lanka, Mr. Vupul Abhay Vikrama, Chief Patron of this conference and also Vice Chancellor of the National Law University and Judicial Academy, Professor Dr. KVS Sharma, Conference Chair Dr. Banu Prakash Nunna, Conference Convener and also Registrar National Law University Dr. Gunajit Rai Chaudhary, Conference Co-Chair Dr. Manikandan Sundararajan. Good evening to all of you. Today is not only the valedictory day, it's a very unique day. Today, India celebrates Rakhi Purnima or Raksha Bandhan, the bonds between brothers and sisters. And it's also very significant for many other reasons. Today is Nagasaki Day, the day on which a bomb was dropped on Nagasaki, and it uh, connects with the conference theme about victimology, victim justice, and humanizing justice. And today is also International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples. In fact, world over, indigenous people face a number of issues, including land alienation, exploitation, discrimination, and several other things. And it's very important to keep them in our focus. And today is also a very important day in our nation's journey. It was on this day, um, the during the freedom struggle, a call was given for Quit India, and it was to assert our cherished human rights of people under colonial rule. So this day is a very, very important day in the history, and we are also today having this valedictory session coinciding with all these. And a warm greetings to the chief guests and the guests of honor who are on the dais. When I was a student about a few decades back, I didn't get a chance to present my research in seminars. I could not attend, like I could not travel and share my findings. And when I saw that students and research scholars present with effortless ease, with such important themes over the last 3 days, I was really impressed. And I want to really express my deep appreciation for all the students and the research scholars and faculty members who made very interesting presentation over the last 3 days on extremely important and relevant themes. I've also had a chance to notice the role of the um, chairs of the different sessions and the way they pose questions to the people who are presenting, and also the way they shared their own insights in the matter is really interesting. And I want to express a deep thanks to every person who chaired the sessions over the last 3 days. I have had a chance to chair a keynote address, the opening keynote delivered by Mr. Sanjay Hajarika, and it was a very moving one. And I have also had a chance to listen to the other keynote speakers during the conference, and I want to express my deep admiration for each one of the keynote speakers. In fact, this conference was supposed to be hosted by the Assam Royal Global University when I was its vice chancellor, and they agreed to host it. But 3 months back, they suddenly discovered that the dates are clashing with their own student induction or orientation. As I said, they expressed difficulty, and thereafter we approached a National Law University and Judicial Academy, and Professor KVS Sharma, Vice Chancellor, readily agreed. And not only agreed, we have had numerous meetings over Zoom and other platforms, and numerous calls. He led from the front, and in fact, we were on a hunting spree for choosing an appropriate location. We went to, Professor Sarma and his team went to Indian Institute of Technology, Guwahati, and Downtown University, and many other institutions, and also explored suitable locations for housing students and suitable location for housing other participants. And it was not easy, but because the time was very, very short. And in case if there are any logistical issues faced by any of the students, etc., you can blame it on me. And I take this opportunity to express my deep sense of gratitude to Vice Chancellor Professor Dr. KVS Sharma for his extraordinary leadership and for taking this thing and conducting this conference in a barely 3 months notice, and his excellent team led by Registrar Dr. Gunajit Rai Chowdhury and Assistant Registrar Ms. Nandarani. And I also want to express my deep appreciation for the student volunteers from the National Law University and Judicial Academy and all the students who participated in this conference. The conference chair, Dr. Banu Prakash Nunna, and co-chair, Mr. Manikandan, took painstaking arrangements over the last 6 months, in fact, and I have no words to express. And I thanks to both of their remarkable zeal, dynamism, energy, and they attended to every minute aspect of the handling of this conference. I also want to take this opportunity to thank all the key organizers, Think Justice Foundation, National Law University and Judicial Academy, British Society of Criminology, and each of our partners, starting with the European Automotive Trading Company, World Society of Victimology, Northeast Development Financial Corporation, Taxman, Prakruti, Emerald Publishing, Bank of India. Uh, Without their generous support from these sponsors, this conference could not have taken place. And at this stage, I want to single out one particular individual. He's the chairman and managing director of the Northeast Development Finance Corporation, Mr. PVSLN Murthy. And me and Dr. Sharma spoke to him and approached him, and he offered a generous 100,000 rupees. And Northeast Development Finance Corporation is doing a extraordinary work to change the development landscape of the Northeast India and also promote entrepreneurship, and in particular promote women entrepreneurship. And we are thankful to all the sponsors for their generous support. And I have personally benefited immensely from the last 3 days. I have made friendships and the networks, and I'm sure each one of you also would have made it. And I want to it has been an excellent or extraordinary opportunity for each one of us. And thanks to everyone who was involved in this effort for making this conference a huge success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the remarks. We now turn to a brief reflection on the journey of this conference, its themes, deliberations, and takeaways. I invite Dr. Manikandan Soundarajan, co chair of the ICGCV 2025, Executive Director of Think Justice Foundation India, and member Postgraduate Committee, British Society of Criminology, UK, to present the conference highlights.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. Um, Distinguished Chief Guest, Honorable Mr. Justice Hrishikesh Roy, former Judge of Supreme Court of India, Honorable Mr. Justice Mir Alfaz Ali, Director, Judicial Academy, Assam, and former Judge, Guwahati High Court, Honorable Mr. Upul Abhevikrama, Member of Parliament from Sri Lanka, our guest of honor, Professor Dr. KVS Sharma sir, Chief Patron, Dr. Professor Y.S.R. Murthy, co-patron, Dr. Vanupukash Nunna, my friend and conference chair, Dr. Gunajit Roy Chaudhary, ACS, convener of the conference and registrar of NLUJA, and esteemed speaker, delegates, and my dear friends. Over the 3 days of the conference, the event achieved remarkable academic success with 23 thematic sessions featuring over 100 research papers and 6 plenary sessions and 2 keynote sessions. More than 25 international and national academics and researchers presented in-depth insight into their specialized areas of research as well as academic rigor. Our pre-conference workshop were extended to 2 additional days based on the feedback from the last conference, which was just to make it more inclusive for the students to have more engagement with the international speakers and deliberate more insightful and thoughtful and knowledgeful research as well as academic collaborations. We have also provided, especially this year, we have also provided 10 conference fellowship to the students and PhD scholars to help support their research and support them to participate in this conference without any financial burden. So last year we did only 3 conference fellowship, but this year we did 10. And this is again reflecting on my journey. I have been benefited like this when I moved to UK. I was financially not well, so I was supported by BSc's bursary, which I got twice, so which was a major event for my life, and I thought I want to give it back to my students in India. So I thought like we need to have this, and we had a conversation with Banu and our team, which made this happen. And thank you for all the sponsors who helped us in this. A conference demonstrated truly global participation with international delegates from 8 different countries, including UK, United States, Sri Lanka, Indonesia, Israel, Luxembourg, Germany, and UEA. Distinguished international speaker includes Professor Daniel Brigg, Professor Ruan, Professor Laura, Professor Peter, Professor Hena, it's Yenna, Dr. Tammy, Dr. Beatrice, Dr. Dean, and Dr. Pon. So I thank all of you for your contribution to this conference, as well as I thank you for accepting our invitation, and I hope you will be coming back to the India next year when we have next conference. A special highlight was a felicitation ceremony organized by Prakriti and Think Justice Foundation to honor practitioners working in the field of social justice and child rights. So this is something from my heart. I would say thank you, Prakriti, for doing this, because I've seen this like in Indian criminology terrain. Usually, the practitioners are not appreciated or given an opportunity to talk or appreciate, or any appreciation is not given. So, thank you for making it happen, and we are really honored to have the felicitation. The conference was also further distinguished by the presence of Honorable Mr. Upul Abhivikrama, who brought a unique perspective to the conference as a member of Sri Lanka, as a member of Sri Lankan Parliament, former Sri Lankan police officer, activist, investigator, and legislator, and combining law enforcement and legal and legislative experience. I also thank Professor Ruan, who facilitated him, and he actually influenced him to come to India. Thank you, sir. The conference successfully demonstrated the value of an international and truly interdisciplinary approach, with all the speakers providing not merely the academic perspective, but also meaningful outcome and solution for societal enhancement. Over the last 3 years, there were numerous critical deliberations in the conference, and key takeaways for this conference are trauma-informed justice, shifting from punitive approach to victim-centered healing practices, uh, emphasizing on psychological support, mental health, and comprehensive rehabilitation program, not just victim, also for the offender. AI and technological integration, exploring AI in crime prevention and prediction, digital evidence analysis, and addressing emerging cybercrimes like deepfake and AI enhanced crimes. Community and indigenous justice. So this is one of the important theme which I got to understand. Implementing community policing, restorative justice mechanism, and adapting the traditional Indian indigenous practices for contemporary context. This is very important for us, I guess. Green criminology focus, addressing environmental crime, ecocide legislation, climate-related victimization, and justice for marginalizing community affected by pollution. So this also include harm, which is important to address. I would say, like, as a harm scholar, we need to go beyond the crime, not just crime, because crime doesn't cover all the harmful activity within the society. Evidence-based policy development, bridging academic research with practical implication. So this is one of the important thing which has been highlighted in the last conference also, where we need to make a bridge between academic and practice. I take this opportunity to thank National Law University and Judicial Academy for hosting this conference. Thank you, sir, for giving us this venue and giving us the opportunity to conduct this conference. My sincere gratitude to all national and international speakers who participated in this conference, and I also thank all the participants who contributed to this conference in a valuable way, as well as I thank all the student volunteers who helped us to conduct this conference successfully. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Soundarajan, for the rundown. For the kind attention of the audience, Honorable Upal Abhay Vikrama is a member of the Parliament from the Republic of Sri Lanka and a practicing attorney at law. He has contributed significantly to legal and parliamentary reform in Sri Lanka and is actively engaged in legislative oversight related to justice, governance, and international cooperation. It is now my privilege to invite Honorable Upul Abhay Vikrama Sir to deliver his address to the House. We are honored to have him with us and we look forward to his reflections and insights.
Thank you. Good evening to you, honorable judges, vice chancellors, Professor Sharma, Professor Murthy, and all the distinguished guests, as well as scholars, practitioners, and dear students. It was an amazing experience to me with the participating in this conference, because getting knowledge and sharing my thoughts with the respectable participants from many parts of the world it was a tremendous experience to me. At the same time, I am not going to deliver my speech too much because uh, honorable two judges are coming. Their address is upcoming. So at the same time, I would like to pay my gratitude to respectable organizers, uh, Dr. Banu, Dr. Mani, and his team organizing such a tremendous conference 2025 in here, as well as all the participants uh, take part with this conference. I pray my gratitude to all of them. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. It is our privilege to invite to the podium our guest of honor, Honorable Mr. Justice Mir Alfaz Alesa, former judge of. Sir, I have a short bio note to read. Yeah, former judge of Guwahati High Court and director of Judicial Academy, Assam.
A very good afternoon. Honorable Justice Sir Rishikesh Roy, Judge Supreme Court of India. Honorable Mr. Upul Abhay Vikrama, Member of Parliament, Sri Lanka. Professor Dr. Y.S.R. Murthy, former Vice Chancellor, Royal Global University. Professor Dr. K.B.S. Sharma, Vice Chancellor, National Law University and Judicial Academy. Dr. Bhanu Prakash Nuna, Chair ICGCB 2025, and Dr. Gunajit Rai Chaudhary, Registrar Naluja. Distinguished guest of the dais, dear students, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, I am at lost what to talk before this gathering. From the summary of the conference, as reflected from the previous speaker, I find an idea of the extensive deliberation that has taken place during last 3 days. This is really an opportunity for all of us to get a chance to interact with the global scholar on the two very important and most contemporaneous issues so far the administration of criminal justice is concerned. I can borrow a very shortest definition of criminology, which is it's a study of making law, breaking law, and social reaction to breaking laws. And when there is a crime, obviously there will be an offender or lawbreaker. With the same importance, same vigor, there is also a victim who is the real sufferer of the crime. Though crime is perceived to have caused harm to the societal order or the state, and the state therefore takes the responsibility to remedy the harm by punishing the wrongdoer. At the same time, it is also true that the harm caused to the state, to the society, is only symbolic. The real harm, the substantial wrong is actually caused to the person who is directly suffered by the commission of crime. So, administration of criminal justice, we cannot think of administration of criminal justice minus the victim, minus the victimology. To my mind, the study of criminology perhaps will not be comprehensive and inclusive without the victim. But unfortunately, all of you know, and you have discussed it in the last sessions, that this victim was a forgotten person till the other days. And the scenario is same across the globe, not only in our country, it's the same all over the world, rather I can say. Very recently, we have started thinking of victimology. If we see the Indian scenario, though there is no gainsaying that our constitutions, sought to ensure justice for all, and the restorative justice, which has also its foundation in the constitutional scheme. But the problem is that the constitutional scheme of restorative justice cannot reach to everyone, because it talks about only the public law remedy, where the constitutional court can grant compensations, that too mostly limited to the custodial death, custodial torture, so on and so forth. There is no scope for the other victim of the crimes. The only law, so far we are concerned, has been the Code of Criminal Procedure. And now it's Bharatiya Nagarik Suraksha Sanhita, is new author. There was a token provision, section 454, that talks about the compensations. But it was almost over-influenced by the civil concept. That provision says that court may grant compensations to the sufferer of a crime if, in the opinion of the court, the person can get a substantial compensations in a civil court, meaning thereby the word substantial has limited the scope of compensation. Of course, after 73 or the Criminal Procedure Code Amendment 1973, as per suggestion of the law commissions, the word substantial has been removed and new provisions, subsection 3 has been included, which provides for compensation even when fine is not imposed. But that compensation was again limited only in case of convictions. Now, why I say stressing on the compensation alone? Because when we talk about the restorative justice, it implies the remedying or restoring the offender and also the victim of the crime to its positions prior to the crime. All harm cannot be compensated. If a man is murdered, we cannot replace a man. At least the sufferings of the dependents of the victim, deceased, because the dependents are also victims, can be reduced by financial help. That's why compensation plays a very important role in the concept of restorative justice and victimology. In 1994 only, the Law Commission has strongly advocated for the victimology, and there was another provisions added, C57A, providing for compensations and this scheme. And this is rather a turning point because till then, compensation was to be paid from the fine realized from the accused. Now the responsibility is given to the state. There are schemes also, but the schemes are basically the state's scheme. There is no central scheme for that. Victim compensation schemes. Now there are limits. If the court finds that higher the amount of compensation is required for rehabilitation, restoration of the victim, the scheme is limited. So again, perhaps the victim has to knock the door of civil court because the criminal compensation does not bar for knocking the door for civil compensations, and we all know the situations that one has to face in civil remedy in our country. So this is basically, we are dealing with the primary victimization that is being perpetrated by the offender. But what is the matter of most concern we find is the secondary child victim, in case of sexual assault case. And interestingly, the secondary victimization is not by the perpetrator of the offense alone. And the perpetrator of the secondary victimizations includes the investigating agencies, even the court contribute in secondary victimizations. The society. So this is very important aspects. So far we are concerned, till the Nirbhaya incidents and the POXO Act coming into force, our compensation scheme was mostly confined to primary victimizations. But the secondary victimizations, if you want to reduce or ameliorate this, monetary compensation is not sufficient. What is necessary is the sensitizations. A trauma-informed justice which requires extensive training for all the stakeholders, including the judges, investigating agencies, which is still lacking in our country. It is still in the nascent stage. Because it's basically deals with the sensitivity of the person concerned, be it the court, be it the investigating agencies, be the member of the society, member of the family. If the sensitivity is lacking, there is bound to be secondary victimizations, and which is more difficult, rather I say, and ruinous. Unless we can understand as a judge, as a member of the court, investigating officers, the depth of the secondary victimization, because sometimes unknowingly we become the perpetrator of secondary victimizations. I will not take much time. The words of wisdom is awaiting. I just want to give you an example, because it was told in a gender sensitization training. A question was put, not actually questions, a suggestion was given to the participants that make group of two participants, friends, sitting together, and they were asked, kindly share with your friend the experience of the first night with your partner. You need not speak it openly. Confidently speak to the ear of your friend. The house was silent. Everybody was looking to the face of each other. Nobody could say anything. When the instructor asked, have you told? Everybody was silent because nobody could. The message that could be given, when we cannot share or disclose something which is very legal, very rational, nothing, immoral, that too confidentially, that to a friend, we cannot speak. How can we expect a victim of sexual assault narrating his traumatic experience before the police, before the court, during 164 statement, this, that? So unless we are sensitized, and we don't understand the impact of the secondary sensitizations, will be repeating repeatedly doing the secondary victimization. This is one of the most important, most my issue of concern, I think, and I hope in further discussion that will be taken up. I have already taken much time, and do not want to take much time of yours. At the end, I extend my heartiest thanks and gratitude to the organizers, most particularly to Professor Dr. KVS Sharma for having given me this opportunity to be a part of this great events. I feel proud of it, fortunate. With these few words, I conclude. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Lordship, for your address. We have assuredly benefited from your wisdom and experience today. I intended to present a bio note of Lordship before his address in order to familiarize the audience with the persona. I take the opportunity to briefly present it now. During Lordship's distinguished tenure on the bench, he earned wide respect for the depth of his legal acumen, the clarity and precision of his judgment. Lordship's pronouncements have not only enriched the jurisprudence of the region, but have also set benchmarks in issues affecting the marginalized and the underrepresented. In his present role as Director of the Judicial Academy for the State of Assam, Lordship is at the forefront of advancing continual judicial education, designing and delivering programs that inspire both intellectual rigor and ethical engagement in the administration of justice. Lordship's vision has strengthened the capacity of the judiciary to respond to the complex challenges of our time. Thank you, Lordship, once again. Moving on, it is a moment of privilege and pride for us gathered here as we await the address of a distinguished jurist whose presence dignifies this occasion, Honorable Mr. Justice Rishikesh Roy Sir, former judge of the Supreme Court of India. A man of law and letters, his lordship is not only celebrated for his legal acumen, but also revered for the eloquence and elegance with which he communicates complex truths. His pronouncements reflect a rare synthesis of intellectual clarity, constitutional depth, and human sensitivity, qualities that have elevated him to a unique stature in the legal fraternity. What sets Justice Roy apart is that his wisdom is never confined to the courtroom. His deep sense of justice is enriched by a literary flair, making his words not merely instructive, but enduring. Today, as we gather here, we do so as a privileged audience, eager to be drenched in the sage wisdom of a mind sharpened by jurisprudence and enriched by reflection. His thoughts promise not only to inform us with insight, but to inspire us with purpose, and perhaps most memorably to linger in our hearts and minds long after we leave this hall. With great anticipation, we welcome Honorable Mr. Justice Rishikesh Roy, sir. Lordship, the floor is yours.
Distinguished dignitaries on and off the dais, resource persons, participants, and my most dear students. Can I have the student participants raise their hands? Student participants, please raise your hands. Since so few hands are being raised, can you raise both your hands? Both your hands, student participants, right? No, raise it higher. Raise it as if you're reaching for the stars. You see, when you try and reach for the stars and the sky, you may not get this star, but you will not come with mud either. As students who are starting out their journey in law, I would beseech each one of you to take from this conference and many others that you will enjoy and participate the valuable lessons that the resource persons bring forth from their years of experience in the real life scenario. I particularly was very impressed by the idea of this conference when Professor Sharma mooted the idea that I either join the inaugural session or, since that appeared to be a little clashing with something that I already had in Delhi, at least the concluding function. Now, before I say anything formally, please, the participants here at the end of the third grueling day, still sitting here, please clap for yourself once. Please clap for yourself once. A little louder, please. I think you can do a little better job than that. Since it is a third day conference, that's it. Now, over the past few days, we have witnessed an extraordinary confluence of minds of legal scholars, criminologists, sociologists, police officers, science practitioners, and also parliamentarians from across continents, all united by a shared goal to rethink and reimagine justice in a rapidly changing world. I extend my warmest compliments to the organizers, the British Society of Criminology and Think Justice Foundation, and Naluja for curating a platform that transcends academic dialogue, which is capable of providing actionable innovation for the stakeholders. The theme this year, humanizing justice practice, global perspective on building inclusive system for crime prevention and victim advocacy is as timely as it is necessary. And if the presentations, deliberations, and cross-border exchange during this conference have taught us anything, it is this, that justice is not static, it is dynamic, evolving, and must continuously respond to human conditions. In my time on the bench, I have often observed how law grapples with the paradox of form and substance. Legal systems, including ours, are strong in precedence and formality, but sometimes justice lies in the unspoken spaces between procedure and empathy. This conference, through its engagement with topics such as victim centered justice, gemiology, restorative frameworks, and trauma informed practices, remind us that the quest for justice must balance legal architecture with human societal reality. As the organizers have given a glimpse of what has happened in the course of deliberations in the last 4 days, I give you one benefit. I spare you of my 3 pages of written lecture and come to the final page. Can I have a bit of a smile on your faces? Can I have a little bit of encouragement for cutting short the speech? Thank you. I immediately go to the last page, and there I have just a few words which I think I should not skip on an occasion like this. We do learn about societies and the breakdown through criminology. And from victimology, we understand how it impacts individuals. Criminology will teach you why a poor man broke into the house and stole cash or food. But victimology teaches you about the person whose hard earned money gets stolen or one who is the victim of a violent assault. Justice within the system should mean acknowledging and considering both sides. Now, before you think of points of disagreement, let me be clear that crime must be punished. But penalization must be purposeful and not only punitive. A justice system that focuses only on punishment is like a doctor who prescribes amputation without exploring other possible options of treatment. It might then solve the immediate problem, but could destroy the limb. From our shared experiences, we must take inspirations from examples like the South Africa's child justice reforms or Canada's trauma-informed courts, where judges are trained to identify post-traumatic stress disorders in victims. Think of Rwanda, where in 1994, after one of the worst genocides, they set up the Gakaka courts, which is the traditional practice of community-based dispute resolution, where communities came together to reconcile and rebuild. Here, justice did not just punish, but most importantly, it healed the scarred victims. In closing, let me reiterate that this conference has commenced the dialogue that must now continue within classrooms, courtrooms, police stations, legislative halls, and also in the community space. Let me move forward with a renewed sense of purpose, informed by global experience and anchored in our constitutional values. I must finally thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity to participate and join all of you in this very, very important function. Good evening to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lordship, for sharing your wisdom with us today. We remain ever so thankful. In a moment that signifies our shared commitment to academic excellence and knowledge partnerships, we shall now witness the formalization of a significant collaboration. We are pleased to announce the exchange of a memorandum of understanding between the National Law University and Judicial Academy, Assam, and the Eastern Book Company, EBC, a premier institution in legal publishing and research support in India. This MOU lays the foundation for joint initiatives in areas such as legal publishing, research collaborations, academic resource sharing, capacity building, etc., all aimed at enriching legal education and scholarly engagement. I invite Mr. Vijay is already here. I request Professor Sharma and Mr. Vijay Malik, Director of Eastern Book Company, to kindly come forward for the formal exchange of the Memorandum of Understanding. Thank you so much. I now call upon Dr. Bhanu Prakash, the chair of the International Conference 2025, to conduct the uh, award distribution ceremony and thereafter also coordinate the announcement of the host for the ICGCV 2026.
Good evening, everyone, distinguished guests on the dais and off the dais. Uh, the most interesting part of the valedictory ceremony, I'm sure some of you are looking forward to this, is the distribution of Best Paper Awards and the Fellowship Awards. I would call the students one by one, and I'll call, even if the student is not present, I'll still call the name because this is the recognition that we want to make. So please apologize if there are some delays. I apologize for that. And I'll begin with calling upon Ms. Sai Raga Kattakuri, student, a second year student from RV University, India, to please come on the stage and collect your first Best Student Paper Award at ICGCB 2025. I would request Honorable Justice Rishikesh Roy to please present the Student Best Paper Awards to the students here. Her paper is on Gemiology and Marginalized Women, Unveiling Hidden Suffering and Justice System Failures. She's been awarded the Best Student Paper Award, first position in the ICGCB 2025 conference. I now request Ms. Shreya Sarkar, if she is present in the hall. She is a student of Adamas University, Kolkata, and her paper was titled Imagining Global Justice, Victim-Concentrated Advocacy Amidst the India-Pakistan Conflicts. She's been awarded with the second Best Paper Award in the second ICGCB 2025. We have another category of Best Paper Awards. It's Early Career Researcher category. In this category, we have Ms. Riddhi Banerjee, who is a Teaching and Research Officer, Rashtriya Raksha University, Pasigat, Arunachal Pradesh. I request Ms. Riddhi Banerjee to please come onto the stage and collect your award from Honorable Justice Rishikesh Roy. She's been awarded Early Career Researcher Best Paper Award for her paper titled Fractured Cells and Fragmented Societies, a triad-based neuropsychosocial analysis of criminal behavior among substance abuse victims in Pasigat. Congratulations, Ms. Riddhi Banerjee. I request all the 3 student paper presenters to please be on the stage. Others, please come on the stage. Ms. Riddhi, please stay on the stage. Ms. Riddhi, please stay on the stage. And I would request Ms. Sai Raga Katakuri and Ms. Shreya Sarkar also to please join us on the stage. We have some beautiful books sent by Emerald Publishing House as part of your Student Best Paper Awards. So please collect these books as well from Honorable Justice Rishikesh Roy. Come. As mentioned earlier, we are proud to announce that this conference has awarded 10 fellowships for students who would require support in attending this conference and also on the merit basis. I would call their names one by one, and please come up on the stage and collect your fellowship awards certificates from Honorable Justice Mir Alfaz Ali. I request Honorable Justice Mir Alfaz Ali to please present these fellowship awards to students. Ms. Vidushi Jain, a PhD scholar from National Forensic Sciences University, Delhi. Please come up on the stage if you're in the auditorium to please collect. And Mr. Nishit Chandrachud, a PhD scholar again from Faculty of Law, University of Delhi. Mr. Saran Pandian, an undergrad student from Kamraj College, Thoothukudi. Ms. Sai Raga Katakuri, an undergrad student from RV University. Nisi John Anugraha from Rashtriya Raksha University, Puducherry. Simon Singh, Rashtriya Raksha University, Puducherry. Ms. Purvi S. Gowda, an undergrad student from RV University. Ms. Sia Anbekar, an undergrad student from RV University. And Ms. Mridula Ravindran, again from RV University. All of you, please come on the stage one by one and please collect your fellowship awards from Honorable Mr. Justice Mir Alfaz Ali. Sai Raga Katakuri. Nisi John Anugraha. Ms. Simone Singh. Ms. Purvi Gowda. Ms. Sia Anbekar. Please put your hands together to encourage these student fellowship awardees. Ms. Mridula Ravindran. we would now move on to the next segment of acknowledgements. We would like to acknowledge our sponsors and partners, and we would like to present them with our token of appreciation. I would like to call upon Team Prakriti, led by Dr. Amit Thackeray and Dr. Saradindu. The Team Prakriti, I request you to please come onto the stage and collect our moment of token of appreciation from Honorable Mr. Upul Abhay Vikrama. I request Honorable Mr. Upul Abhay Vikrama, Member of Parliament, Sri Lanka, to please present these mementos as a token of our appreciation to these sponsors. Prakriti is our knowledge partner, and they were associated with us in the first edition of International Conference on Global Criminology and Victimology in Bangalore, and we continued our association with them, and we are very, very pleased to have their association, and it's truly enriching to partner with them. I now request Mr. Siva to collect a token of appreciation on behalf of European Automotive Training Private Limited. I request Mr. Honorable Upul Abhay Vikrama to continue to present these mementos to our partners. Mr. Jay Surya, representing 45T Community Investment Firm, another partner who has generously supported our endeavor in terms of organizing second international conference on global criminology and victimology. Jay Surya. We also acknowledge generous contributions and support from Northeastern Development Finance Corporation Limited, Taxman Publishing House, Bank of India, whose mementos will be sent to them through our registrar, convener of this conference, Dr. Gurujit Rai Chaudhary. And I would request now Dr. Manikandan, on behalf of Emerald Publishing, to please collect our token of memento from Honorable Upul Abhay Vikrama. He promised to send it to Emerald Publishing, and so he's collecting it. Otherwise, we wouldn't have trusted him. Thank you so much, everyone. I'll join you in a moment. But before that, I would, we want this conference to go on, and that's a promise that we made in the last edition in 2024, and we kept our promise. And in this edition, we proudly want to announce our next edition and the host for the next edition. For this, I'd like to request Professor Dr. Devarati Haldar to come forward onto the stage and make an official announcement for the host of 2026, which is the third ICGCV. Professor Dr. Devarati Haldar.
Good evening, Your Lordships, Honorable Vice Chancellors, and also Dr. Bhanu, Dr. Manikandan, and Honorable Registrar Sir. The next conference would be hosted by Parul University, Vadodara, Gujarat. Parul University is situated on the other side of India. Right now we are in Assam. It was started in 1993, and from 2015-16 onwards, we started working as a full-fledged university. Within this short span of time, we have got 21 faculties, 31 schools. We boast about 65,000 students, and we have got more than we are having students from more than 85 countries, and especially for the department that I am representing, Parul Institute of Law. we have got most of the students from abroad as well as in from India. We would be very proud to host the next conference in Parul University. We welcome you all in Parul University. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. I once again call upon uh, Dr. Bhanu to come forward to propose a vote of thanks in honor of all who have made this conference meaningful and memorable.
Thank you, ma'am. Distinguished Chief Guest, Honorable Mr. Justice Rishikesh Roy, former Judge Supreme Court of India, our distinguished guests of honor, Honorable Mr. Upul Abhay Vikramam, Member of Parliament, Sri Lanka, and Honorable Mr. Justice Mir Alfazali, Director, Judicial Academy, Assam, and former Judge, Guwahati High Court, Professor KVS Sharma, Professor Y.S.R. Murthy, Dr. Gunajit Rai Chowdhury, my dear friend Dr. Manikandan, esteemed speakers, delegates, and friends. As we come to the close of the second International Conference on Global Criminology and Victimology 2025, I stand before you with great pride and a sense of accomplishment. Over the past few days, we have witnessed a remarkable exchange of ideas, research, and perspectives that have undoubtedly enriched our understanding of criminology and victimology. This conference has been a true testament to the power of collaboration, bringing together some of the brightest minds in our field to tackle the complex and evolving challenges we face today. The dialogues and discussions we've had here are not just academic exercises, they are the seeds of real world change with the potential to shape policies, influence practice, and ultimately contribute to a more just, humane, and equitable society. My sincerest appreciation to the Vice Chancellor, National Law University and Judicial Academy, Assam, and Chief Patron of the conference, Professor KVS Sharma, and former Vice Chancellor, Royal Global University, and co-patron, Professor Y.S.R. Murthy, Registrar, National Law University and Judicial Academy, Assam, and convener of the conference, Dr. Gunajit Rai Chowdhury, for their unconditional support and guiding us in every challenging step and help finding solutions. Without their support and guidance, this conference would not have been possible this year. I would request you all to please put your hands together. Is Professor Ruwan in the hall? Yeah. I can't thank enough Professor Ruwan Udurej Pereram, the chair of our scientific program committee, and our co-chairs, Mr. Craig Kelly and Dr. Kailash Jengar, for their painstaking efforts in building a program of a high standard and quality. Professor Ruwan has been a great supporter of ICGCV and Think Justice Foundation. His guidance and support played a vital role in ensuring the success of both the workshop and conference. I also extend my heartfelt gratitude to the Advisory Committee of ICGCV 2025, which includes stalwarts like Professor Gerd Ferdinand Kirchhoff, Professor Chokalingam, Professor Nigel South, Dr. Keshav Kumar IPS, retired, Professor James Treadwell, Professor George Richards, and Professor Debarati Haldar for their continuous support and mentorship. Please feel free to clap. I'd like to extend my sincerest gratitude to all our keynote speakers, Professor Sanjay Hazarika and Dr. Tammy Harris, all our plenary speakers and session chairs. Your insights and expertise have been the pillars of this conference. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and for inspiring us all to think more critically and creatively about the issues at hand. To our presenters, your research has been the lifeblood of this conference. The passion and rigor with which you have approached your work are evident, and I'm confident that your contributions will have a lasting impact on the field. My special thanks to our sponsors and partners, Critical Criminology Network of the British Society of Criminology, World Society of Victimology, European Automotive Trading Private Limited, Northeastern Development Finance Corporation Limited, Prakruti, Taxmed, Bank of India, and Emerald Publishing. Your support has been instrumental in making this conference a huge success. As a chair of ICGCV 2025, I cannot ask for a better organizing committee. It is a team that is well bonded personally and professionally, who believed and trusted each other, counted on the hard work and overcame all the hurdles on our way. My heartfelt gratitude to my co-chair, Dr. Manikandan, convener, Dr. Gunajit Rai Chaudhary, Mr. Siva, Mr. Jayasuriya, Mr. Rajit, Mr. Ramesh Kannan, Mr. Parth Sharma, Dr. Shanmuga Sundaram, and Mr. Liam Miles. This team calls for a huge round of applause for their tireless and painstaking efforts in terms of organizing this conference in beautiful Guwahati. Your dedication, attention to detail, and hard work have ensured that everything ran smoothly, and for that, we owe you a debt of gratitude. I would also like the Media and Communications Department of National Law University and Judicial Academy Assam, IT facilities, events, finance departments for extending their fullest cooperation to this conference. I would also like to thank the administration of our venue partner, Krishnakanta Handik State Open University, for allowing us to organize a conference here. Please put your hands together. My heartfelt appreciation to all the student volunteer committees and ably led by the faculty coordinators. A special mention of gratitude to the fifth year students, Aroni and Dheeraj, and a third year student, Abhigyan, for helping us out and guiding the other volunteers effectively. Please give a big round of applause to all the student volunteers and the faculty coordinators who have supported us in the last 3 days of this conference. My special thanks to Dr. Nandarani Chaudhary for her able guidance and swift responses in managing tasks and for being the master of ceremony for both inaugural and valedictory ceremonies. I would also like to specially thank Dr. Kuntalab and Dr. Pranita Chaudhary from Assam Royal Global University for extending their support in organizing this inaugural and valedictory ceremonies on both days of the conference. Please put your hands together to support them. Lastly, to all our delegates, thank you for your participation, your engagement, and your contributions. It is your enthusiasm and commitment that have brought this conference to life. I hope you leave here with new ideas, new connections, and a renewed passion for the work that lies ahead. As we conclude this conference, let us not see this as an end, but rather as a beginning, a launching point for continued collaboration, research, and action. The discussions we've had here should not stay confined to these walls, but should echo in our work, in our classrooms, in our policies, and in our communities. I wish you all safe travels as you return home, and we look forward to the continued exchange of ideas and progress in the years to come. I look forward to seeing many of you in Parul University in Baroda in 2026. You could expect this conference at the end of July, beginning of August, like how we usually do. Thank you once again for this opportunity.
Lordships, Lordships, MP.
Yeah. Yes. My apologies. Our special gratitude and appreciation to the time and the efforts that our lordships have taken to be here, and our Honorable Member of Parliament Sri Lanka, who has joined us on the dais. I extend our heartfelt gratitude to Honorable Mr. Justice Rishikesh Rai, and Honorable Justice Mir Alfaz Ali, and Honorable Mr. Upul Abhay Vikrama. Thank you so much, sir, for gracing this occasion. Thanks a lot. I wish you all safe travels and see you soon in Parul University in Baroda. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Bhanu. Many congratulations to Dr. Bhanu, to Dr. Manikandan and your team for the success of this conference. A round of applause for them, please. To formally conclude the proceedings of the International Conference on Global Criminal Victimization 2025, I request Dr. Gunajit Roy Chaudhary, the convener of this conference, to officially declare the closure of the event.
A very good evening, everyone. We have arrived the last agenda item of these 3 days international conference on global criminology and victimology. Respected dignitaries on the dais, esteemed guests, distinguished speaker, dedicated participants, dear sponsors, ladies and gentlemen. It is with immense pride and a profound sense of accomplishment that I stand before you today at the valedictory ceremony of Second International Conference on Global Criminology and Victimology. Over the past 3 days, from August 7 to August 9, 2025, we have collectively embarked on a remarkable journey of intellectual exchange, insightful discussion, and collaborative learning, all centered around the pivotal theme of humanizing justice practices, global perspective on building inclusive system of crime prevention and victim advocacy. The ICGCP is truly multidisciplinary event that unites scholar, practitioner, policymaker, and expert from across the globe to deliberate and exchange ideas on values and facts of crime, victimization, and justice delivery system globally. This conference seeks to revitalize core principles and reflecting the fundamental pillars of criminology and victimology. Our vision extends beyond border as we aim for international collaboration and influence and inspire students and research scholars worldwide. The conference provides a vital platform to share insight and engagement in meaningful discussion and contribute to advancing knowledge and practices in the field. This conference as a testament of our shared commitment to advancing the field of criminology and victimology on a globe scale. We specially hosted 23 thematic sessions, delving deep into the critical areas such as human-centric policy and law enforcement, victim-centric justice and justice system, criminology, harm reduction and social justice, green criminology and environmental justice, and global justice and victim advocacy in time of crisis. The depth and breadth of this presentation of this session are truly enrich the understanding and illuminate the pathway for future action in the spirit of humanizing justice. Furthermore, we privileged to conduct 5 impactful plenary sessions where we had honor to hosting legal jewels from various corners of the globe. Their invaluable insight and profound expertise have not only inspired but also have provided a robust framework of innovative thoughts through the practical solution, reinforcing our collective goal and building more inclusive justice system. As a convener of ICGCP 2020-25, my heart is filled with gratitude. I extend my sincere thanks to all the participants who traveled from far and wide, bringing their diverse perspective, research, and passion, making every session vibrant and meaningful. Your active engagement was the cornerstone of this conference success. A special word of appreciation goes to our generous sponsor, whose unwavering support and instrumental in making this grand event reality. Your commitment to fostering academic discourse and practical solution in criminology and victimology is truly commendable. I would like to express my deepest gratitude to the dignitaries on the dais and the other distinguished guests present in this auditorium. Your presence has graced this occasion and understood the importance of our collective endeavor. With a visionary outcome in mind and with great hope and aspiration of these days to come practically in our continued pursuit to humanize justice practice, I officially declare the Second International Conference on Global Criminology and Victimology concluded. Thank you all, and I look forward for our continued collaboration in the pursuit of a more and just equitable world. Now, I humbly request all of you to stand for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे।
Thank you all. Jai Hind.